next day, Towa is doing laundry and notices that the seasons are finally changing since she arrived in the human world. Meanwhile, at the Occult Club, Noelle, Surumi, and Shintarō celebrate their exams being over. A week ago, Noelle asked Shintarō if they could study together at his house because she thinks that's what friends do. Surumi, gathering her courage, asked to join too. Shintarō agreed but said he needed to check with Towa first. But they ended up studying in the Occult Club room, thanks to Lilishka's suggestion. Now, Surumi is happily spending time with Lilishka's adorable familiar, Mofu. Lilishka thanks Surumi for helping them study for the exam and calls her master, making Surumi embarrassed, especially when Shintarō calls her by her first name for the first time. Changing the subject, she asks if they're disturbing the rest of the club members by occupying the club room. Shintarō suggests they go somewhere to celebrate the end of the exams and invites Lilishka, whom he mistakenly calls Kagami. Lilishka insists that she should always be called Lilishka, not Kagami, which is her fake name. Shintarō jokes about why she always poses when she talks. He mentions the club needs at least 3 members to be official. Lilishka says besides her, there's a skull acting as the vice president. Just then, the 3rd member, Surumi, opens the door and accidentally falls on Shintarō, causing an awkward moment. Lilishka introduces Surumi, who is shy and hides behind Lilishka when Shintarō tries to introduce himself. Lilishka explains Surumi's shyness, saying she harbors a deep hatred toward humans, but Surumi corrects her, saying she's just shy. After that, they all say goodbye and Shintarō asks if Lilishka will join them. She agrees because she needs to discuss something important. While walking, Lilishka explains that the Occult Club was going to end due to the lack of members, turning the Occult Club into a mere unofficial group. Lilishka decides that Shintarō, Noelle, and Surumi are perfect for joining her Occult Club, so she gives them application forms. Shintarō says no way, but Lilishka tries to bribe him with her cute Mofu, plus air conditioning, soda, and unlimited tea. Shintarō is tempted, but still refuses. He apologizes to Surumi for dragging her into this, and she reacts like she's seen a ghost, making Shintarō think she hates him. He tries to talk to her about her hobby, but she just cries more. Lilishka explains that Surumi loves books and reads in the club room because she gets scared when people sit next to her in the library. Then, they all decide to eat at a cafe, but stumble upon a festival and decide to eat there instead. Noelle is super excited to be at a festival with friends. Surumi chat with Surumi, who shyly says she likes festivals too. Shintarō loses track of Lilishka until she shows up with all the festival goodies already on her. She senses Shintarō is feeling a bit down from his scent and jokes about wanting to bite him. Shintarō thinks Surumi is more afraid of him than the others, and Lilishka suggests it's because he saw her underwear, which Surumi denies. This is why she is acting shy around Shintarō. Noelle jumps in, saying it's okay because it happened to her before. Surumi lightens the mood by suggesting they split into groups to find food. Noelle pulls Shintarō along, and Surumi follows, leaving Surumi and Lilishka behind. Everyone has a blast at the festival, eating all kinds of delicious food. They enjoy ice cream, and Noelle, with a frozen tongue, says this is the friendship moment she always hoped for. The girls spot someone with buttered potatoes and rush to the food stall together. Shintarō decides he needs to find something to eat too. He sees grilled corn and chilled cucumber, a summer treat. He decides to try the cucumber. Just then, Surumi appears beside him. Shintarō asks if she wants one, but she's too scared to answer. Determined to change her attitude towards him, Shintarō buys a cucumber for her and leaves. Surumi tries to say something but gets too nervous and stops. The other girls arrive, so Surumi gives up. As it gets dark, the group decides to head home. Shintarō reflects on how much fun he had at the summer festival, wishing Towa had been there too. Lilishka starts making a dramatic speech about the golden sunset, making Noelle think it's like a horror movie. Lilishka then steps to the edge of a bridge and starts to fly. Shintarō, forgetting she can fly, jumps to save her and falls into the river. Everyone panics until Surumi takes action and jumps in after him. Underwater, Shintarō is struggling, but Surumi grabs his arm and brings him to the surface. Lilishka apologizes for getting carried away, but Shintarō says he was just worried about her. He thanks Surumi for saving him. Surumi finally gathers the courage to explain she doesn't have a problem with Shintarō, but she's just really shy around boys. Shintarō apologizes for not being more patient. As Shintarō looks at the sky, an intense glow surrounds Surumi, and a halo forms above her head. Shintarō asks if she's an angel, but then notices a huge turtle shell on her back. Surumi reveals she is a kappa. Surumi faints from the shock. While Lilishka is surprised Surumi's secret is revealed so soon. Lilishka explains that if Surumi eats a cucumber and enters water within an hour, she turns into a kappa. Surumi's grandfather is the head of the Kappa Federation of Japan, making her the future top kappa. Noelle comforts Surumi, saying she's not a normal human either, and assures her that her secret is safe with the group. Surumi looks around and realizes she can trust them, so she agrees to join the group. Shintaro then brings Towa to meet the new member. Towa, excited as always to meet different species on Earth, unintentionally showing her wings in public.